what's up, man? It's your boy G Bush back with another one in my DJ Khaled voice. Browns, Bengals. Let's get to it. But first, as always, man, shopfifthmerch.com. If you're interested in the barbershop gear, you want to get joints different colors, we got that. Shopfifthmerch.com. Ships anywhere in the world. Fast, easy, convenient. Check it out, man. G Bush, appreciate it. Let's get right off into this thing. Bengals versus Browns. Thursday night football. Short turnaround for both squads, right? Short turnaround for both squads. You got the Browns coming off that loss, getting destroyed by the Ravens. And you got the Bengals coming off a hard-fought, very close game against the Chargers. To be truthful, the Bengals should have won that game. Bengals should have won. You look at what they did. Is that a push-off? Not really. I don't think so. Is that a push-off on A.J. Green? No. I feel like they kind of got robbed a little bit in that situation. And then insult to injury, you got a kicker who misses the kick that could tie it up. Those things are gut-wrenching. They're demoralizing. And if you got a young team that ain't sticking together, that could potentially ruin your whole season. Trust me. I know. I've been there. I'm a Browns fan. And for the most part, the Bengals kind of understand that too. I mean, they've been better the last, I would say, 15 years or so when they was making those runs with, Ray Malaluga and Keith Rivers and, all of those dudes, Eric Steinbach at guard, all those dudes, you know what I'm saying? They were out there making the playoffs, and I think they made it 4 or 5 years straight in a row. But that's neither here nor there. I digress. But they come off a rough start with the Chargers, and now you got two teams, Battle of Ohio, and Cleveland's at home, and these teams both want to get a win, get on the board. When you look at the Bengals, I was talking to Mo Egger, and he covers the Bengals and definitely breaks it down. I've interviewed him many times, beat reporter, and he's like, the Bengals are more potent than what people giving them credit for. Let me unpack that. You take a look at what they got on skill positions, right? They got the tackle back, right? They got the tackle from Alabama back. He was injured all last year. I think it's Jonah Williams. He's back into the mix. You look at the receiving corps. Take a look at Boyd and A.J. Green. Those two got a potential to be a dynamic duo. A.J. Green comes back and looks like he didn't miss no steps. So he's back healthy, ready to go. Tyler Boyd was able to be that number one receiver and still get some of that experience and getting covered by the best corners of the other team because AJ was out the whole time. You also look at one of the most underrated backs in the league. Joe Mixon is an underrated back. All he does is put up numbers. All he does is rush the ball hard, and every time you see him, he's super productive, super consistent. So that's there. I think if he was not in Cincinnati, he'd be a household name, right? So you look at what they got, and then all of a sudden you throw in the Heisman Trophy winner and Joe Burrow, and now you got something you smoking now. You ready to go. And you see what Joe Burrow was able to do, and you watch the excitement level that his team has for him. When he made that run against the Chargers, 23, 24, 25 yard draw, QB draw, and ran and took off the middle and was moving, you see how people, revere him. You see how they rally around him. You see how they want a ball for him. You know what I'm saying? See that celebration. Like, he has them thinking and believing. They're like, oh, that's my guy. That's Joe. From the area, and it's just a powerful thing. Not to mention the kid can play. So when you look at them, they are not, by any way, shape, or form, some sort of pushover where you could chalk it up, right? I said earlier in another blog, the worst devastating thing that can happen to the Cleveland Browns is losing at home on a short week to Joe Burrow. Because that means Joe Burrow, in my mind, I'm just keeping it a buck, that means he's just better than Baker, straight up. Because he got one game under his belt and he came on and torched you. And you still struggling 17, 18 games later. Don't make no sense. So the Bengals are a team that I think is going to play tough. I think this is a supreme trap game for the Browns. I think there's a lot of people who believe that they don't go hit that panic button because they think that they got the upper hand on Cincinnati. Don't do that. Don't fool yourself. Don't fool yourself. Like people getting. Don't fool yourself. It's like people getting gym memberships at the top of the year at Planet Fitness or 24-hour Fitness. Everybody got a resolution. You done fooled yourself. Yeah, bright and early. You can't even get a workout in. People just in line, just trying to sign up for something. Everybody got a piece of paper signing up stuff. You know good well you ain't about to be there past February. You need to stop wasting your money on these memberships. You ain't going nowhere. So when you flip that over and you look at the Cleveland Browns, this is a game that they should win handily, right? They should. They should win this game. I ain't got no problem saying that. They should win this game. You got to continue to run the ball. I'm not going to say you got to run it 50 times, but I'm saying it might be 45 and a half. They need to, it's Hunt, Chubb, Hunt. You see what I'm saying? It's whatever order it is. Sometimes they may split the carries. Sometimes they just going to ride with Chubb. Sometimes they'll ride the hot hand. Sometimes third down is Kareem Hunt time. All those things got to be prevalent. They got to use the backs that they have to demoralize and to run the football. And against the Ravens, it wasn't that bad. The run game was pretty solid. Opened up a lot of holes. Really solid attack. Kareem Hunt had a couple of nice runs. Chubb had a couple of nice runs. Now you just got to be more consistent with it. Now you can't go away with it. And first and foremost, you can't be down 30 points and still assume that you're going to be able to run the ball. Come on, man, that's not going to happen. So for the Browns, they are going to have to do what they do best, which is run the football. And second of all, I'm going to tell you something really quickly. This whole OBJ, they're trying to force it to him too much. It's crazy. First of all, yeah, he had 10 targets and caught 3. But do y'all look at numbers or do you just skim through it? That's a Jay-Z reference, by the way. If OBJ got 3 pass interference calls on him, that's counted as a target and also counted as you didn't catch the ball. So there goes 3 of the targets where he missed. He missed the one pass that I've been ripping him for since. The third down and 2 where it hits him off the hands. That's on you, right? That's one. That's another one. So that's 4 right here. Then there's also the one where he's open down the sideline and Baker air mails it 55 feet. There's also 2 more where Baker throws a slant. It's in the ground, and he needed it, put it on him in the tight window. That's another one. There's another one where Marlon Humphreys has the ability to undercut a dig route because Baker Mayfield didn't throw the ball and lead the receiver and throw with anticipation. There's your 10. Oh, by the way, I forgot. He had a face mask penalty, which also negated another one. So this thought process, like he was just throwing him the ball and he was wide open and OBJ just couldn't catch it or hold on to it. He had 1 drop and the other ones, pass interferences, like legal contact holding, those count too. So when you look at it, no team says that. No one team said you got too many weapons. Now that's the suggestion. We got too many weapons and you're trying to get them the ball too much. No, let me tell you something. This is facts. Kyler Murray just got Deshaun Watson, right? Just got DeAndre Hopkins, right? DeAndre Hopkins, new system. Kyler Murray, second-year player, no OTAs, blah, 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 blah. We already know the answers, right? We already understand where people are going with it. So let me ask you a question. Why is it that Kyler Murray can get DeAndre Hopkins 15 catches, but nobody's complaining about that? You know how many targets Michael Thomas get? And a lot. You know how many targets Mike Evans gets? And a lot. Do you know how many Devontae Adams and Devontae Parker get? A lot. Stop with the addition by subtraction. Is OBJ playing great? No. Is he living up to the rigors and living up to the expectations of Cleveland? No. Is he making a boatload of money and he's not doing what he needs to do to justify that? Absolutely. But let's not start with this unload talent just so we can clear the slate when all you need is better quarterback play, better positioning, better understanding defense, better adjustments, all that. That's all you need. But I'm not getting rid of talent just for the sake of getting rid of talent. That makes no sense because you can get rid of all the talent and Baker is still not going to be able to make certain throws, or it looks like that this way. So the keys to the game is thus. I don't know what Joe Woods was doing last game, but you got to bring more pressure. You got to bring more pressure. I don't know why they got Myles Garrett lined up almost head up on a tackle. What is this? Get him on the edge and rush, man. What the heck defense? They got this thing going. What are you doing? Key to the game is you got to have the defensive line show up, put pressure on a rookie quarterback, and get them down early so that they are not predictable. So now they have to actually throw the ball every down. And now you can get in your track stance on the edge and you can just rush the passer. It's time to get your stats up. But if you let Joe Mixon come out here and kill you, you let A.J. Green be A.J. Green of 8 years ago, you let Tyler Boyd look like he's the second coming of the best second receiver of all time, like Isaac Bruce or Torrey Holt, one or the other, interchangeable. You're going to be in for a long night, just like every other team. Like the league is way too competitive for you to come out and talk about, oh, we got this. No, you better come out and you better keep the foot on the pedal. You got to. And as I said before, this is probably one of the biggest games in the last 10 years. It's probably one of the biggest games for the Browns for many reasons, is because, you know, the realization that Joe Burrow, if they do win, if the Bengals do come out on top, the realization that Joe Burrow is better than Baker Mayfield is going to set this city in a tizzy, because they're going to say, I sat through 0-16, 1-15, I tanked. And all the guys that we got with those picks, none of them are impact. David Njoku, first round. I mean, he caught a touchdown last week, but is that first round production? No, right? Denzel Ward, I couldn't tell you what he does. I don't know what kind of coverage he plays. I don't understand how Ravens defensive backs is blanketing all our receivers, but every time I look up, we look like we 15 yards off the ball. Like Denzel Ward is playing in the end zone. And I'm like, what happened to all that playmaking ability we saw your rookie year? What happened to that? I'm confused. Was it Greg Williams? Tell somebody. Let me know. We can email Greg Williams and ask him what's the best plays to get you involved. Because right now you're a first-round pick, and I'm not seeing it. Some of these elite corners and some of the second-tier corners, I'm not seeing it. And then finally, you got Baker Mayfield, number 1 overall pick. I don't think we have to continue to go down that route. You know where I stand with that. So when you look at it, if they lose to Cincinnati and they got to go through this same situation, we are in trouble. Because guess what? We now wasted some of the worst years of our lives as Browns fans, sitting here going through tanking, and then you're supposed to get the return, the dividend, the reaping the crops and the plunder and the treasure. We're supposed to be getting all of that because we paid the ultimate price. And what's the ultimate price? Going 1-31. And now you're telling me those guys ain't no good or good enough to compete. That happens, we all starting over. Like, OBJ won't be here next year. We'll be talking about quarterbacks again. And the Ravens and the rest of the teams and Ravens and Cincinnati got their guy. and now all of a sudden we just looking shaky. So the keys to the game are relatively easy. The keys to the game is relatively easy. Establish the run. Get some type of swag back. I mean, I understand Baker is more like subdued now, but I almost rather have the crazy gunslinger Baker. I almost want OBJ to be like, I need the blonde hair, beating up a field goal net OBJ. I need that. And if I can get that, and we take an L, I can live with it. But I can't do what we doing right now, man. Can't be doing what we doing right now. Whew. As always, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and go ahead and follow me. Share, bro. Share the video. Share them likes, man. Them likes really help the business grow and really help my channel grow. And I want to appreciate everybody for interacting with me once again. I always salute the opposite team. Shout out to anybody that's down there in the natty, in the nasty natty. Shout out to them, man. Appreciate you. I got people down there, man. So I'm always interested in doing blogs and interacting with all the fans in the NFL. So please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get all the barbershop material. And we're going to catch y'all Thursday night. And don't forget, drop by. As soon as that game over, y'all supposed to be like, where G Bush at? Where you at? Because I don't care what time it ends. I got to work in the morning, whatever. You already know what it is. I'm already on that recap. I'm on that recap heavy. So Thursday night after the game, make sure y'all stop right back to the barbershop for that post-game recap. Browns versus Bengals, national TV, Thursday night football. We'll come and do it. It's the barbershop.